Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. We are here on another Monday night to break all the good news down. I'm here with the full crew, RB3 and Sabrina. We know that CinemaCon is going on right now, but right now you're tapped into us. We're going to break into some interesting stuff coming out in movie and TV news. RB3 and Sabrina, how you guys feeling today?
Doing good. Busy weekend, but excited to be on this live with y'all.
Yeah, RB3, how about you, man?
Doing good. I'm just really hoping the stream doesn't fall apart. So here we go.
Hey.
Are we doing vertical too?
Yes, we are on vertical. We're vertical on TikTok. We're also on YouTube Shorts, but like I'm keeping that private because I don't want dual streams happening. But yeah, we're vertical and we're on TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. We're going hard. You know what I'm saying? We're doing big things now. So big things, big rings.
Big things. As I said before, CinemaCon, we're going to get a lot of news this week about that. Obviously, the news isn't really out right now. A couple little stuff that came out of there or that was going to come out of there that is coming out now. But the big stuff I feel like this weekend was a lot of TV stuff. I think a lot of people are tuning into a lot more TV shows. I was kind of interested to talk to you guys about what you guys are watching and what's going to be popping off, because I know Daredevil's popping off a little bit right now. I know people watch The Boys. The Boys is back. I've been watching Invincible. But what have you guys been tuning into?
Who wants to start? You? Yeah, go for it.
Well, for me, I haven't been watching much, honestly. Well, I did get back into Invincible, I actually had to finish season 3 because I was really behind on season 3. I caught up with that, and I'm gonna start season 4. I'll be honest though, the animation quality kind of annoys me a little bit, but nevertheless, good stuff. But Boys I'll get into. I mean, you know, it's all about Euphoria right now, but we don't get into that in a second. But what about you, Sabrina? What you watching?
As far as TV goes, I did watch Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. I don't know if you guys heard about that one on Netflix. It's like Camilla Marone and Adam DeMarco from The White Lotus season 2. That one's really fun. It's basically like Twin Peaksy in certain elements. Like I can tell that the creators were fans of Twin Peaks, and for anyone who doesn't know, like I'm a huge fan of Twin Peaks. So we kind of have some of these like really quirky characters, this unraveling of a mystery, but it's also very much so not Twin Peaks-esque. Like don't watch it just because I'm saying it's like some Twin Peaks vibes to it. Basically it's like woman is leading up, I think it's like the 7 days before her wedding. And it's just like so much is happening every single day. And it's kind of like things are unraveling, things are crazy. And she's kind of getting premonitions of like, hey, maybe this is why you shouldn't do it. Then she finds out some things, and then it kind of changes the whole trajectory of the show. And it's really interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah. And then, of course, I know I talked about Jury Duty a little bit on this show. That's like the opposite vibe. So if you need a palate cleanser from this show, then you could just skip over to Jury Duty.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in watching that Jury Duty. I've seen a lot of clips that have been coming out. Also, I can't believe I just forgot to mention I'm wearing the shirt. Maul Shadow Lord has been a lot of fun. Those last 2 episodes that came out last night were awesome. Probably my 2 favorites of what I've seen, and I've seen the majority of it. So yeah.
And you talked to the people, right? To the creatives, right?
Yeah. So I have my interview is up for Geeks of Color with the 2 leads, which is Sam Whitmore, who plays Maul, and then Gideon Adlon, who plays Devin Azara, who is the sidekick kind of person. And then my creator one should come out soon. I talked to the creators, like officially come out. I posted a clip on our channel. But it should be out soon on Geeks of Color, yeah. So I was able to speak to them about that. So
Hey.
Yeah, it was fun. I dead ass messed up on the first interview. I can't lie. When they were asking me, they were like, "Wow, did you like it? How much you see?" And I was like, "I saw all of it." And they were like, "All of it? Are you the only one who saw all of it?" And I was like, "Am I the only? Did I see all of it? Did I not see?" Apparently they hid 2 episodes, and I was like, It looked like a finale to me. So I looked like an idiot for like a minute and a half in that interview.
You know,
But
I
yeah.
feel that because for one, okay, another one I was watching Hacks. I forgot. I watched Hacks, caught up on that. And for one, I didn't even realize that they had a 10th episode last season. So then like, because sometimes those HBO notifications be funny. They'd be like, finale's out now, but then it really comes out like 6 o'clock. So I think I watched episode 9. Anyway, the way, if y'all watch Hacks, the end of season 4, the second to last episode almost feels like a finale because like there's a big thing that happens. And then this morning when I saw that season 5 drop, I was like also looking like, oh shoot, I had an unwatched season 4 episode 10. And I had a whole episode where they went to like Shanghai and did a whole bunch of other adventures. I was like, well, I hadn't seen this at all. So yeah, this morning I got graced with not 1, but 2 new episodes of Hacks for me because I watched season 4 finale paired right up with the season 5 premiere, which is just always good stuff. That's one of the best shows out right now for sure.
Watch it.
Yeah,
I hear the best stuff about it.
yeah. I'm obsessed with I'm saying too much right now, but whatever. We're in live. Homegirl. Everything I've seen from her, she seems cool. Hannah Eisenberg.
Edbinder?
Oh yeah,
Eidbinder.
Yeah.
She seems great. She seems really cool. So I might just check it out just for her. But yeah, it's that secret little like sometimes screeners don't show you the finale. They save it. I don't know if you guys have seen screeners. Sometimes they don't show you the finale. So I was like, I saw it, and I was like,
It
I
makes
did
sense.
it. No,
Sometimes
okay.
they embargo, like they keep it kind of hidden for a while. I think that
I,
happened with me for Welcome to Derry. I
yeah,
only like the first 5, I want to say.
yeah. I think they did it for. I was just gonna say they think they did it for Daredevil. So people who've seen the Daredevil screeners, I think they saw all of it except for the finale. So most people don't know what's going to happen in the finale.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, it's up on Geeks of Color. You can check out that interview. They also posted my free rent interview on Geeks of Color. Should be up too. I gave them that interview forever ago, but it's finally up, so you guys can check that one out. I know people love free rent. It's a fun anime. It's a fun, very uplifting anime. So you guys should be able to check that out. So, yeah, that's another stuff. I'm watching anime as well, but you know, it's all good. We don't have to talk about that.
no, I mean, if you want to talk some anime,
I'm watching Vinland Saga for the first time, which is like
that's
a
a good one.
massive.
I
Yeah,
like that one.
yeah. Have you finished the whole thing?
It's only 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Yeah, I've seen this 2 seasons. Yeah.
So I'm 4 episodes away from the finale, from the whole thing. So I'm on episode like 20, I think, and there's 24.
Oh yeah, you're cooking. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that later, man.
And then obviously Free Rent. I've been watching Free Rent a little bit more as well, and that's been fun. And Invincible, damn bro. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen finished 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. But damn, bro, I've been on animation Twitter. They're clowning Invincible so bad.
Oh, because how bad it looks.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
dog. It looks so bad. Like it really makes it almost unwatchable to me. Like
yeah.
honestly, But I mean, the voice talent really makes up for it.
It's top notch. It's top notch. Yeah.
Does it always look bad, or is it just something with this season?
Well, the last season looked really bad. It looks really bad until the finale. Like the finale is like you can clearly tell they put all the money into like the last 1 or 2 episodes, but the rest of it is just like it looks like it's like that basic. Like, because anime has like that basic, like sometimes it's a still animation, but it's just like mouths talking. But then they'll do it with some flashy lighting or some flashy colors. Like this show does the still picture with like talking mouths, but like nothing flashy. So it's just like, yeah, it's kind of weak, but
Dang.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and there's been a lot of conversations about it on Twitter because people have been talking about how it's Amazon. These people have so much money, but they don't want to spend more money on making the animation better. And you have shows in Japan who a 20-year-old can make something better than Invincible. No offense. Some anime just looks 100 times better. And as someone who has seen like anime breakdowns and how they do it, it's just way better than anything Invincible has done in the past couple years. And that's why for me, it's like I like that people are watching adult animation, because this show is extremely violent and it's very adult. But it's sometimes there's a little part of me that's like, y'all just don't want to read Japanese subtitles or just watch something in Japanese, because everyone who watches Invincible, not everyone, but a lot of people who watch Invincible don't watch anime. And I'm just like, you guys are crazy. But yeah, I've been enjoying this season either way. It's a simple story, but I'm still very locked in. Yeah. So, something came out last night though, guys. The return of a show that people have been anticipating. It's crazy reading so many of these tweets because it is something. Euphoria is back. Zendaya was at the premiere and then ran away from the premiere last week.
I should put up that video. Damn.
Yeah, did you? I sent y'all that.
Yeah.
But what did y'all think of the premiere of what is it, season 3 of Euphoria?
Yeah.
I'll start with you, Sabrina.
Um, Obviously going in a very different direction. It kind of kicks off with this like westerny vibe. We see Sam Levinson has, I guess, like watched a few more movies and then just decided to go those directions. I do wish they just kept it like in the original vibe. I think something with the first 2 seasons of Euphoria, it almost feels like a kind of like fairy tale-esque, like dark fantasy version of being like a grounded story about teenagers. And I think that's what makes it like, that's why I'm able to watch it, because I'm like, this isn't necessarily realistic that somebody like Jules would be, kind of having these relations with like Nate's dad. Like this is pretty outlandish. Rue's addiction and kind of the position she puts herself in. But this one feels like it's grounded in kind of like reality with like mentions of OnlyFans, mentions of TikTok. It's kind of, I guess, like breaking that illusion, that like kind of like just like mystical vibe I got from Euphoria. It is supposed to be this heightened version of our reality. So bringing it down, it feels like a lot cheaper. I feel like all the season like premieres have been really, really interesting. This one was just pretty boring. I definitely wanted to see Jules. I wanted to see more of Maddie. Jacob Elordi, unless this is a character choice, like he's on like a bunch of Xanax or something like that to get through his shitty life with Cassie, he is completely phoning it in, which I don't blame him. It seems like nobody wants to be there. But the thing that I do love is Zendaya is still giving it her all. I know she really cares about this character. So she's just kind of still the standout for me in this show. But other than that, everything was pretty lackluster.
Yeah, RB3, what you think, man?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's I mean, as you see from the title of the video, I don't think it was good. You know what I'm saying? At least the premiere, I don't think this was a good premiere. I mean, it was definitely some cinematic stuff. There's definitely some crazy moments. I actually have I have it pulled up here, for people watching on YouTube. That moment when homie pulled the gun and was shooting her with the apple, you know what I'm saying? Apple on top of the head. I was wicked. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is like kind of classic Euphoria stuff. Like, we're getting some classic moments of tension. The whole drug mule subplot. I'm like, okay, you're getting something interesting in the whole gas, her being stuck on top of the border gate trying to get over it. Like, I was like, okay, that's some interesting moments of suspense here. But I just felt like, yeah, they lost the plot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in such diverged from where the show started, which is sometimes good, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like we've gone too deep in the sauce. It's almost like too much. It's almost too style over substance. And I'm a style over substance guy. I love Wuthering Heights. I love Zack Snyder movies. I love anything where it's just like colors and explosions. You know what I'm saying? I love that stuff. But this one just feels like a little too much. So. And then the biggest thing too, and I hate to say it, but a show, any kind of movie or show is kind of getting lazy with the writing when we start throwing in Hollywood subplots. And we got to that classic Hollywood subplot of, Mada Apatow. It's kind of funny, self-referential. She's a Nepo baby. She's playing in the industry. Okay, that's funny. But like, it seems like we're gonna get multiple scenes of that whole night drama thing with the actor, and then Maddie's getting underpaid as a manager, which is good, relatable things we can all relate to in the industry. But it's like, come on, y'all, we getting kind of that's always the cop out. And I feel like, for me, like whenever I start seeing that, it's like, okay, y'all really are kind of getting lazy with it. So
hey, let's not complain that at least they're not like strippers. Because they could have easily been like, you know what, all the female characters are strippers. That's just the one thing that kind of sticks out. I do like that Maddie, because I thought there were rumors that she was going to be a stripper in this show. I don't know if she's going to, because she's underpaid, end up getting involved with the women and become one or be like managing, or I don't know what it's going to be. But I do like that she has like built that kind of like name for herself. That's the one good thing he did with Maddie's character so far. Even having like Cassie scrolling through and seeing her with like Donatella Versace, her with Hailey Bieber, and just kind of like living vicariously and showing that she shouldn't have chose a man over her best friend, but it's good because she's out of Maddie's life.
Yeah, it's interesting. I do think those rumors might end up being true, like you said, Sabrina, maybe down the line.
Yeah.
Because I still think that's kind of where the show's going, which is interesting. Yeah, for me, it's about the writing. I think the writing's really weak, really, really weak. The dialogue feels weak, weird. It doesn't feel natural. Everything between Cassie and Nate to me was like, what? What am I watching? This is such bad writing. It just felt weird. It just felt awkward. And then I just don't know. I just feel like Sam Levinson, I've talked so much shit about this guy, but I think for him, the biggest issue he might have is like he doesn't know what he's saying. And he's trying to let the art speak for itself, but it's not good art. And it's just really odd. And it doesn't have a good way of relaying something. It's just very bizarre. It felt very much all over the place, especially with all the different characters that we saw. How are you guys feeling about, now that I brought it up, Cassie and Nate? Homegirl, only one happy to be there is what I saw someone say. I forgot homegirl's name, Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney asked Cassie and this new plot that they have as far as her and Nate planning for the wedding. Sabrina.
The one thing I like the concept of just like, yeah, these two miserable people screwed people over and now they're kind of stuck together. They don't even like each other, but they've been through enough where they like can't break up at this point. I like that idea for these two characters because they were two horrible people. But like you said, the writing is so weak that that dynamic is not necessarily even like playing well because there's ways to do that in an interesting way. Thinking of anything like scenes from a marriage or whatever. And we saw with Cassie's character that she was so reliant on like male attention throughout season 1 and 2. And now it's like, okay, she has him, she has like that life and everything she like dreamed of in that way. And now it's more financial stuff. She wants these $50,000 flowers. I don't know why the hell she would be worth all that. That's absolutely insane. And Nate, he's kind of in that like Cybertruck, oh yeah, like I'm a businessman type of vibe.
They're
And
like
so it's
secretly broke too. Like
exactly like, he's kind of, it's like not even like broke, but they're definitely living way beyond their means. Because even when they say like, oh, we're supposed to redo the kitchen, and then it shows the kitchen and it's beautiful. Like, what do you mean you have to remodel the kitchen? You don't have to. You just are filling your life with all of this kind of like stuff to fill a void. And yeah, I think it makes so much sense for those two characters, Cassie the way she was, Nate the way he was, for them to be this couple that is like super shallow. They don't even like each other. Cybertruck vibes and $50,000 floral vibes, OnlyFans running around on a leash, you know?
Yeah, what'd you think, RB3?
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think that the leash stuff is crazy. It's just like why they have Sydney Sweeney doing that. It's like why is she even
Apparently it gets crazier.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of something that's gonna pop up later, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
It was
You saw that? I think we all saw it.
yeah, nah.
Her dressed as like a baby
With
and
the diaper, yeah.
what is
Yeah.
happening here, y'all? Yeah.
Well, I'm okay because it's her as like the actress. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, whatever. But because it's her, I'm like, she puts herself in that position all the time outside of Euphoria. So it's not anything new for her.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a choice.
I get it, but at the same time, it feels like Sam Levinson is just tapping into that a little too hard. And it gets to a point where it's a little weird. At least from his perspective, at least from my perspective, that he's doing that or he's choosing to do that. And he's just like tripling down on it. Which again is like fine as a concept, but when you're like reaching for something that's a little bit more, I don't want to say provocative, shocking, I guess is a better word for it. I think that's when it feels off.
You know what I think? I think a better writer could have potentially handled that because clearly it's kind of that commentary on our current culture and it makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of TikTok influencers do have an OnlyFans account. OnlyFans can be used for so many different things. That site has evolved. Like it was more of like a Patreon vibe beforehand, and then it evolved to what it is. And there's so much you can do on there, and it's not all like she kind of has that conversation with him. It's not all necessarily like super pornographic.
But you know what she gonna use it for though.
But you know exactly. And then that's the thing, because she's already doing this on like normal platforms before she even hops over to something like an OnlyFans. And so again, I think a better writer, a more talented person could have kind of handled this commentary in a more nuanced way. But like you're saying, because it's him, it's just coming across as like shallow, just provocative in order to like elicit a reaction, but not necessarily have any commentary on the culture. But it seems like maybe he's attempting some.
Yeah, it feels weird, and I feel like that's going to be the biggest conversation starter, the biggest point in this whole season is we're going to see more of that devolve, I guess, into whatever Sam is trying to say, which again, I don't know.
Well, 'cause really quickly, just because I totally forgot to mention it, and it was the worst part about me watching this, the scene where they're smuggling drugs, and it's just gratuitous of them gagging on
Oh
drug.
yeah.
Like that's the thing. I understand that we can show a little bit of like how difficult Rue's whole situation is that she put herself in with Lori and everything like that, but we did not need all of that. We did
We
not need
don't.
that dog with Faye at the end of it. Like it was just a lot that I don't know. I liked that in season one, they did kind of like strip back the idea of like glamour in terms of like, drugs and sex and all of that. And they did show a lot of the like harder things. But again, I think that's because Sam Levinson had some other people that were kind of a part of Euphoria, like Petra Collins and some others that show that in their art. But then once you strip them away outside of season one, I feel like that's when things have kind of started to crumble. When it's Sam Levinson kind of like taking control over everything, we get these gratuitous gagging scenes. And honestly, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. It is gratuitous. I mean, to that end, I don't mind I don't mind it that much only because we've seen a lot of that kind of grossness in like season one, especially in season two, like the whole episode where Zendaya was cracked out and she was drooling and spitting and snotting. Like I get it, like they're trying to, like you said, Sabrina, they're really trying to show you like the not glamorous side of all of it. And they honestly probably are showing you the not glamorous side of the suburban marriage too, right? Like the whole Cassie and Nate thing, like how they're unhappy and how Jacob Elordi looks all depressed all the time. And yeah, it's funny, it's like, they're playing it, they're leaning into the commentary, but you're right. I don't know if they handle it in necessarily the best ways because
Like the editing vibe too, and like the close-ups and all of that. And I think it's different from being like drugged out and like drooling versus like they're gagging on something. I feel like that's where it's like that feels a little bit gratuitous.
yeah, nah, I definitely
And
nah.
there's this other film actually. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try to find it. It's like Maria or Mary Full of Grace or Maria Full of Grace, and it's actually about women, like trafficked women that like smuggle drugs in this way. And that's a film that handled that exact same type of scene way better. Like it's just different coming from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. I think, well, it's funny. I don't, you know, well, I will say the funny scene for me was when Homegirl came back, the old lady who she owed money to, when we saw her pull up to the window and she had like that creepy old voice, like, "Hey, so originally it was 10,000, but with 20% monthly interest, it's actually 4.2 million." I'm like, yo, what? Like, what kind of cricket math is this lady cooking? You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, the nasty inbred cousins that she was living with were wilding too. The fact that like they're saying that, "Oh, Faye, this one might like you," and then he's talking to her like completely like disrespectfully and all that stuff. And then the cut. The worst cut, I mean, you're talking about gratuity. The worst cut of the entire show was them, kind of seeing them kind of poop out the the drug bags, but then it cuts to inside of the strainer. But it cuts to the strainer straining in some spaghetti too. Like they put spaghetti into that same strainer. I'm like, yo, what's happening? And then a shout out to my coworkers at my job, Noel and D-Mac. They have pointed this out to me. I didn't even notice it. But there is a lot of spaghetti imagery in this episode, right? Because like they're eating spaghetti in the drug house. When Cassie and Nate are talking under the candlelit dinner, they're eating spaghetti. It's like the spaghetti thing keeps coming back. It's almost like
Spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti Western, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah, spaghetti Western. I can see
Okay.
that.
I think that's what he did it, yeah.
Yeah. And there could, I mean, and my coworkers brought up the point. Maybe that can mean that if Sydney Sweeney's gonna go on OnlyFans, maybe Nate starts getting into the drug game himself to try to get over these financial hurdles of like the construction company. I don't know. It could be like I'm curious to see where they go. I don't know if the imagery was like intentional, but the spaghetti thing was interesting when it was pointed out to me, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that might be where they're going with that. I think they're going for that Western vibe too, because homie at the end, I don't even remember his name.
Hat.
The cowboy hat. Yeah.
He was cool. Cool.
they were great. Yeah.
I like seeing that world. I'm excited to see that world. I know it's like more.
Why are you excited to see that world, RBT?
No. Like, I do say like, it's getting back to that classic like sex, stuff. They doing a lot of that. It's impossible to watch the show on like the big screen TV in my house because like so much nudity. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I am excited whenever they do get to the strip club of it all, the Silver Slipper, I think is what it's called. I'm excited for more of that, like color, costuming, makeup. I feel like that's something that unfortunately every season they've just like stripped back a little bit more. Again, I want to kind of stay in this weird like fantasy kind of world and not really talk about like TikTok or all of that. Yeah, and then again, Jules is missing. They just mention her, and it's kind of crazy because again, she was like one of the main characters. This is one of the characters, even when they had their one-offs, Rue, Jules. We've seen a lot of her, and I did read, I think somewhere, I didn't read too much into it, but it was like she had kind of like a really like Hunter Schafer had co-written an episode, and that one had gotten scrapped. So I don't know if that's again Sam Levinson like kind of messing with some of these characters because he's kind of having personal disagreements, which is so insane. This is so unrelated, but I watched the Megalopolis documentary in theaters.
Oh yeah,
that too.
That was a good one.
It's a great documentary.
It's a great documentary, and it really shows Francis Ford Coppola and Shia LaBeouf beefing hardcore throughout so much of basically anytime they were together filming Megalopolis. And it kind of shows, like, to give Francis Ford Coppola so much credit there, he did what he had to do in order to keep things running as smoothly as possible. It feels like Sam Levinson with Barbie Ferreira, or maybe even this Hunter Schafer case, who knows? It just feels like if you slight him, even Labyrinth as well. I don't know what happened there, but I know Labyrinth went on a rant about Sam Levinson. It feels like if you slight him in any way, you disagree with him in any way, maybe you want to pull back in any way, he will just cut you out of it. And I feel like for a character like Jules, super huge disservice. I don't know why they wouldn't do her episode co-written by Hunter Schafer, because her standalone episode that she co-wrote with Sam Levinson was really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's just a shame.
Yeah, I think we should go there just because you brought it up, Sabrina. I was going to bring that up too, is the outside noise of this whole thing. I mentioned before we got into it that Zendaya dead ass looked like she was running away from this premiere. Don't know what's happening there, but that also brings up a lot of questions. You mentioned the Barbie situation. She's been pretty vocal about how she stepped away from that because it just wasn't a good environment for her. You mentioned Hunter Schafer being a little bit undercut and not even being in the opening episode. That's a pretty big deal as well. And who knows how many episodes she's even going to get. Like, there's speculation that she might not have that many episodes to begin with. This whole, like you said, very shady, weird kind of undercurrent surrounding Euphoria. How are you feeling about that now that we saw the first episode? Sabrina.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just endlessly disappointing. Unfortunately, like I am going to watch this the same way I did watch The Idol because I had to just see it. I had to just experience it for myself. I really, really love the first season of Euphoria. And I still really love these characters. I love the character of Jules. I'm rooting for Rue. And so that's why I'm like, okay, I made it this far. I got to see this through. But all of that kind of conversation, disrespecting, the actors that have helped build this show and, giving them insane plots. Like again, Barbie Ferreira's character, Kat, like in the first season, she's doing sex work as like a high schooler. It's like there's just certain aspects that don't really make any sense, and then they're pushing people to the side. So I think for me, unfortunately, I will watch this, but I don't really care to see anything Sam Levinson does after this. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, RB3, how you feel?
I mean, yeah, I like you said, I like season one a lot. I love season one. Season two, I liked a lot of parts of it. I'm not gonna lie, I was much watched TV for like the first 8 episodes. I think the finale is just where it really like fell apart on that one. And I think there's seemingly a good heart and good intentions here with this season, but I don't know if it's hitting all the markers that for like character development and like strong writing. And like I said, again, the Hollywood subplot to me just is like, again, that's the indicator of like, all right, we can't figure it out. Y'all had 3 years to write this series, and we going to cheap, easy stuff. It's like, come on, man. And then, but it is cool. I do want to. Like you said, I want to see the car crash. If it is a car crash, maybe they could reverse this whole thing and make it right. But you see it on Jacob Elordi's face. He doesn't really care. You see it in Coleman Domingo, man. I was like, Coleman Domingo is so lifeless. I feel like he was like, had a gun put to his head to say these lines. Like why would you have an openly gay Coleman Domingo talking about how the Bible is against gay sex and like you should like, it's like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Like y'all are it's like you're trying to be something that you shouldn't even be. And I can almost tell, like, I can almost smell like Coleman Domingo maybe giving some notes, being like, hey, maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe that. It's like, no. You gotta stick to the page. This is secret words here. And it's like, is it? Like, I feel like nothing here is sacred. You know what I'm saying? At least in this episode. And just, I'd be honest, like, based on that Rotten Tomatoes score, was it like 57% or something like that? Like, I don't, and they saw more episodes, and I don't know if y'all saw any more episodes. I only saw this one, and it's like, dog, like, I see it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to do something that you shouldn't be trying to do. So, I'll do respect if they went if it can go in a completely different direction and turn around. That's cool. For me personally, I wasn't rocking with this episode, but I do want to see where Zendaya and the homie in the cowboy hat, I forgot his name already, and Marshawn Lynch. That was fun seeing Marshawn Lynch in there. Yeah, him and the other homie. Like that whole side of it's cool. Also, what's up? They're saying Fez is getting out of jail. Like, okay, wait, like August Cloud, like.
No, I think they said he was going to be in there for 30 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they were just asking if she was like talking to him while he was in jail because like the thing about Lexi is that obviously she's like the nicest character, the one that's like done the least harm to anybody else. That kind of boils over with her play episode. But it's really funny that when Rue's like, oh, I'm going to be religious or whatever. And then Lexi's like, oh, I'm not friends with like Christians. They're super judgmental people, but she's a very judgmental person. And I think that also shows with that conversation around Fez, where it's like, she's not calling him because of the optics that like he's in jail. But before he was in jail, she had no problem kind of like being his friend and having that like relationship with him. So hopefully, I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Cause like, how else are we going to hear about him, or how else is he going to be a character, I guess, in this show for this season?
Yeah, I don't think he will be. I think they'll probably leave it at that, maybe.
It's just such a weird throwaway line, I guess. Like, oh, he's in jail for 30 years, and then that's it.
Well, there's some people, there's rumors that he might there might be a cameo through like a voice call, like a phone call of August in jail. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it was like an actual voice call or if they're going to use AI or something. I don't know. But that's what some people are like speculating too, that like it's going to lead to maybe like a phone cameo, a voice cameo, like potentially, you know. So
If they do that, I hope it's not. I hope it's not AI. I hope it's his actual voice and not just them like recreating his voice somehow.
yeah.
Which I could see them doing, to be honest. But yeah, any final thoughts you guys have?
I think I hit most of that stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Coleman Domingo, that was a weird scene. Cassie was a weird scene. I'm trying to think what else.
It was all just very overall, like my thoughts are kind of just like I'm super underwhelmed. Um, I'm excited to see Jules. I want to see more Maddie. And then everything that Rue kind of has going forward from here, I really like. It is really interesting because again, all of the premieres have always had just like such high energy. We're being reintroduced to all these characters in whatever stage they're in that current time. Like obviously last season, it was kind of like that New Year's Eve party. That's the one where Fezco, like
shot up
Jacob Lordy in the head. They're cheating on like Sydney Sweeney and Nate. They're cheating on each other on Maddie or whatever. It's just this was overwhelming. I just didn't really care to see where everybody was. I do like that Maddie's successful. She was born to be successful. I need to see more Alexa Demi in literally everything. I absolutely adore her.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, go ahead, RB3.
Yeah. Sorry, just going back to the weak writing of it all. Yeah, I thought the whole like when she was in that super Christian household in Texas in the beginning, and they're like, oh, these commies, you know, and it's like, okay, like very clearly we just keep leaning into like the same four jokes, like, you know, whatever. Yeah, I thought it was just like, you know, kind of cheap. You know, they find the lowest hanging fruit and just like go for it, which is, you know.
It feels weird. Yeah, it feels. Again, I don't know what he's trying to say because he does that kind of stuff to show you like, oh yeah, this is kind of nutty, as far as like how these people live, and then Zendaya's character, I forgot her name already. Rue is talking about how like they're the happiest people she's ever met and what an amazing life, and it's like, is that what you saw?
I will say if I just had to like smuggle drugs, go over the border, and then I see these people just like smiling around a table and it's super chill, I'd probably also be like, you know what? They are doing something right. It is also kind of crazy too that like we're not getting any of like the character of her mom and her sister, because there is not a world where I believe that her mom and her sister would just like not be checking in with her or not be involved in her life in this way. Like we're supposed to believe that she's just like kind of on her own doing her thing. I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I just want to push back a tiny bit just because their whole prejudice, like literally that's the whole point of that scene is that they're racist. Talking about the people, the evil people across the border. I don't know. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get
also imagine again, because you're not a lifelong drug addict who's seeing people be happy for the first time while you're stuck in like a terrible situation. I also would probably just like, again, look over some of this like craziness with the whole like having to swallow these balloons, and if one of them pops, you're dead immediately, and you don't even like feel it.
But I also saw it. I also thought it was weird though, because that she makes it a point to say these people are basically Amish. Then it's like, how does this guy like read up on like the commies and the evil people at college and the evil people across the border? It's like, well, if you're so disconnected from that shit, why are you making this?
What I will say is a lot of that also sounds like stuff that was said in like the 70s, 80s. Like his parents probably said that. Maybe they were more connected, and then maybe they're kind of like culty, where he decided for his family that he's going to bring up, like they're going to be kind of completely disconnected from the world. Because, I'm thinking of like, you know, through the era of like college students protesting Vietnam and like all this other stuff, and how people like him would kind of see those situations.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like it was a little weird, especially her comments at just uplifting it somehow or justifying it, making it seem like it was awesome. I was like, was it?
I don't think we were supposed to think that it was awesome. I think we're supposed to look at her and go like, oh,
no. I know that. I'm saying I don't understand why she would think that at any point when she herself is having to lie about it.
Than her
when she's saying she's having to please them to say stuff that they would want to hear. It just felt weird. I was like, well, you're saying stuff to make them happy, then how happy are they? They would have been pissed and kicked her out of the house if she said anything wrong. So I don't know. It felt weird. So
Yeah,
my thoughts.
I just thought it was just like not subversive. I just thought it was like such a thing we'll see in like every other movie, you know.
Yeah.
But that's cool though. But yeah, yeah, I do think. I had one other thing and I literally just forgot it just that quick. But that's cool though. No, yeah, Euphoria is good though, man. It's cool. We'll watch along. We'll see how it goes. You know
We'll
what I'm
keep
saying?
watching.
We'll have updates.
But if it's continues to be this level of quality, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. But yeah, nah. Salute to y'all. I mean, any other thoughts?
No, I was just gonna read the chat, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
Joseph Weeks is in the chat, says when Euphoria was great, it was really good, but it was often style over substance. Nothing going on for me. And Kevin Davis says Euphoria will still get Emmy nominations. And then all Sydney Sweeney did was have sex and cry in season 2, is what Joseph Weeks said. And then I think that's it.
Oh yeah, he said I saw Joseph actually said Euphoria wants to be Breaking Bad. Euphoria went Breaking Bad Epstein Files. That's funny. I was gonna say for that thought made me remember. I feel like Sam Levinson's really into Grand Theft Auto. Like, I feel like he really secretly wants to make a Grand Theft Auto movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's using these like teenager like drug things to like kind of low key give us, because the opening, and even my like coworker said this, the opening felt very clear like Tarantino inspired, right? Like very clearly trying to be like a Kill Bill or like one of those movies, Grindhouse kind of thing. There's the whole strip club, opening a secret strip club while, secret drug business. This really does feel like more of a GTA plot than like an actual teenage drama at this point. I feel like that's really where Sam Levinson wants to go. Like, and if he does want to make a Grand Theft Auto movie, I'd rather see Michael Bay do it. But, this is probably as close as Sam Levinson's going to get to that. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with his career after this. I'm definitely curious about it. But let's move on to our next topic, RB3, which is all about a new trailer that came out. This is, I want to say this is one of the first things that came out of, I don't know if it came out of CinemaCon, but either way, Lionsgate is trying to promote this movie like crazy. I'm sure they're going to be fully behind it, pushing everything they have into it. But RB3, you wanted us to react to this trailer.
Yeah, if we want to, y'all.
Again?
Huh?
What's the movie called again? Sunrise on the Reaping?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is for Hunger Games, Sunrise of the Weeping, 2-minute, 20-second trailer. Just came out 12 hours ago. And yeah, this is, for one, I gotta say, preamble to this too. Lionsgate, Hunger Games marketing has been brilliant, because if you go to the Hunger Games YouTube channel, I don't know if they're still doing it, but this past week, they've been streaming all 4 Hunger Games movie nonstop on YouTube. Like in anticipation, and in between each movie, they show like a new clip or a new trailer for like the Sunrise of the Weeping thing. I've been tapped in because I love Hunger Games, and I got to really revisit it and love it even more. Like, as they're doing this stream, I was watching it nonstop, and it's been great. So, I'm very excited for this movie, and yeah, if we want to tap into the trailer, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me pull it up. I think I have it pulled up already. So, Sabrina,
right.
Do you have it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna count down. 3.
Count us down.
2, 1.
Love the colors.
Abernathy. I bet I know a thing or two about you.
Forgot he was
You
in
love
this
her
movie.
and she loves you.
Okay. See, this is what they love giving the white boy a little
On your
a black chick to really show he's a good guy, not racist.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, wow. They're in Culkin. Come on.
Okay. Look at this A-list cast.
No idea.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, I'm seated.
Twice the number of tributes.
And this is 50. This is 50 people competing in this one.
Could save your life.
Yeah, it's the 50th Hunger Games, yeah.
You're brilliant.
Or sorry, 24 contestants. 24 contestants. 50th Hunger Games. Oh, Fanny.
Think about the games having 100% more competitors than usual.
From what I've seen, they're 100% stupid as usual. President Snow has all the power.
Why do you submit to it all? If we can stop the gangs, we can stop the capital too.
The arena
Calvin
is
Harrison
a
Jr.
killing machine.
Holy crap. That is Speedy.
But all machines can be broken.
And this is Wireless.
Go out there
Yeah.
and make
Crazy.
them remember you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sick of living in fear. Just surviving. We're not animals to kill for their entertainment.
If you disobey me, we shall open the bloodbath with the longest, most drawn-out death your people have ever seen. And may the odds be.
Oh my word. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Whoa, that looks insane.
Well, RB3, as someone who recently saw all these movies, I watched these movies so much. I'm also a big Hunger Games fan. I remember you and I talked about it a lot. I've read Sunrise on the Reaping, most of it. I still haven't finished it. But I love this universe and I can't wait to go back in. And you're right, Sabrina, it is very
Very cool.
colorful. I like that they spend money on those sets. Yeah,
Yeah,
what'd you guys think?
That's what stands out to me because I'm not necessarily a fan of the originals. They just really deeply upset me. And you know, I loved like horror movies and like something like that was even just like way too far for me because it's a little too real. But I did watch the last one, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I really, really did enjoy that one. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm familiar with the characters, even though I haven't really like dove into Hunger Games too much, shockingly enough, because I was such like a YA novel lover, even like Divergent or any of those. But I'm excited for this. I love the color. We don't really see a lot of like big blockbusters that just like, decide to be this colorful. And I think YA adaptations, you know, we kind of had that boom in like the early 2010s. Let's revisit that. Let's get some new stories maybe to the forefront that we haven't seen yet. Even though obviously this is a Hunger Games one, instead of it being a remake like the Harry Potter series, now we just have more stories, which is really, really cool. So I'm on board with this 100%.
Yeah, 100%. So this is 48 contestants, RB3. So they usually do 2 from each district, which would be 24. So it's 48, 50th Hunger Games. So this is the first quarter quell, the second quarter quell.
Second, because
second quarter quell.
Yeah.
And then this is what they do, this kind of bigger event. So that's why there's double the contestants. Yeah.
So there's going to be like a lot of carnage then.
A
This
lot.
is going to be, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, that's why I'm like, you know, we're talking about colors, and I'm like, wow, they're really fooling the audience because what everybody who are Hunger Games fans say is that this is by far the bleakest book, like of all of the books, like by far the saddest, and which is insane because if you read / watched Mockingjay or Mockingjay Part 2, like I literally, when I rewatched it during this whole 7-day thing, I trauma blocked it. I saw it in theaters and I literally trauma blocked most of it because the ending was so sad. Like the ending, you lose so many of your favorite characters, like in that movie is
Finnick, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Finnick.
Finnick, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's like, you almost lose the whole point of why we was here in the first, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. It's too heartbreaking. So then it's like, and you're telling me this one's gonna be dark? They tell me like that one was pitch black, and I'll say like when I rewatched it, I was like, man, this is pitch black, but the politics are just right. Like this, they were literally so almost ahead of their time of like how
really
talking about fascism and like how even in the fog of war. There's always confusion of like who did what, and then ultimately the answers are like I don't know who did, you know, like whose side do you even root for, and it did that so perfectly. And the fact that it's same writers, of course, as Suzanne Collins is like also writing a screenplay for this movie, Francis Lawrence, who did all the original Hunger Games, and also just came off The Long Walk, which a lot of people loved, got some Oscar buzz as well.
Yeah.
So, which, and that movie is also low-key another version of Hunger Games, like, in a way. I'm loving it. I love every second of it. I can't wait to watch it, but I'm going to bring tears and big emotions for it because it's going to be crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is much more about, like you said, RB3 too, like the media as well, and how the media manipulates stories and how we're desensitized to violence. So some really interesting stuff that I'm excited to see on the big screen. You're right, though, by the way, the Francis Lawrence, Suzanne Collins connection so far hasn't failed us. Like you said, Sabrina, even that was a great movie. I already forgot the name of it. Songbirds and Snakes was fantastic. Rachel Zegler was great. That whole story is really surprisingly nuanced. The way they were able to show you like Snow's descent, I guess. It wasn't, super mustache twirling as a lot of people thought it would be. And it was really well done, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then, we actually see the new President Snow here.
Yeah.
With Ray Fiennes. He looking
Ray Fiennes.
mad evil.
Evil.
Yeah. I mean, you already know. I mean, it's funny. We have 3 different Snows. Yeah. From Donald Sutherland to the guy who was in Sunbirds and Snakes to now Ray Fiennes. Yeah. We get them all ages. It's going to be sick. I mean, that's going to be a sick little, I don't know how Cold and Rufus is going to be. And then the other characters, like you mentioned, Andres, the old lady who was the electric tweaker lady.
Wyrus.
Wyrus, yeah.
Wyrus and Beatty are in it. Effie Trinket is in it. Who else did I see? Oh, Plutarch. Jesse Plemons is Plutarch Heavensby.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great character too.
Yeah,
such good casting too, to have somebody like Jesse Plemons take on that role. Yeah.
And then, of course, the young Woody Harrelson is played by who's this guy? Tom Lord? Is that his name?
I don't know this kid.
I have no idea if I'm being.
He looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a young Woody Harrelson. But yeah, Jesse Plemons is on point. Calvin Harrison Jr., of course, if you know, great actor. Going to be playing the Beatrix homie, and then Maya Hawke is in there, and Elle Fanning. What a good casting too, right off the Oscar nomination as well.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah, so it's stacked cast. I couldn't be more excited.
For sure. And I'm genuinely excited for it too. And I like that you mentioned the marketing RB3. I think they're definitely, that's the thing about Lionsgate, is that they know what they make, and they're just like, Hunger Games, we're gonna put every dollar into this marketing campaign. So they definitely wanted to do that.
It's really cool. Honestly, even like going back, just because now from hearing you guys talk about this, I'm learning a little bit more about this story and what it represents and everything like that. And I think in a time like this, it is very cathartic to see something because, right now, obviously we have our president in our country who is like adorning everything with gold leaf and gold everywhere. It's making everything so tacky and hideous and disgusting. And to kind of see all of that colorful stuff and how the media is going to portray something like this. Even going back to something like The Long Walk, when they're saying like, oh, like, thank you for your service, like everyone's cheering you on. And meanwhile, they're going through some of the hardest things in their life. So I think that juxtaposition is really, really cool. And that interests me a lot more even.
Yeah, and when the book came out, Sabrina, what was really interesting is I kept hearing, and I was trying to read along, but again, I fell off. A few Palestinian creators talked about how it felt so real because that's what we were seeing with the genocide.
Yeah.
When the genocide was like at its full peak, children being killed by the hundreds and thousands every day, and people justifying that somehow, just finding ways and loopholes and little situations to justify it. And the fact that Suzanne Collins has always been so good at tapping into that and showing you how children's deaths don't really mean much when you place this prism onto it and when you place this filter onto it and show a different perspective, which is why it's so terrifying.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, just even like the outlook on citizens in general, with everything that happened with Alex Preddy, Renee Good,
yeah.
and the president's reaction to it, the people in our cabinet, the people that are supposed to be representing us, apathy is just all over the place when it comes to leadership across so many in media, in different countries, our own country. And so that's why it's like something like this, it is so relevant, something like the other Hunger Games films. And that's why I think at the time, like I was just kind of like, dang, this is a lot. But now I also just find it to be really important to kind of be taking those stances, especially with the last film having someone like Rachel Zegler, who throughout all of her media tours and everything doesn't stop sharing just kind of like where she stands politically and just constantly engaging with the art that she's making, whether it's something like Evita or, the last Hunger Games film. So really cool. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm on board now. I'm a Hunger Games fan all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it's funny. My friend used to work for Lionsgate. I think Lionsgate still follows me on Twitter. Yeah, they dead ass do. So I think it's pretty funny that every time I see them, I'm just like, yeah, we're promoting Hunger Games right now. But something else happened, RB3, over this weekend, and this was something that I was texting you guys about. Paramount is starting off hot this year because apparently they accidentally leaked a whole movie, and this is the much anticipated, at least for me and a lot of other millennials and
a lot of people
who grew up watching this animation, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. So this is The Legend of Aang, I believe the movie is called, or Aang. I think it's called The Legend of Aang.
Aang: The Last Airbender, I think, too, maybe.
Let me look up the actual title, but essentially this entire movie got leaked through an email, and it is a disaster. So I follow a lot of Avatar channels and a lot of Avatar people, and they do not give a crap about leaks. If it comes out, that's canon. Like, they will just promote it and post it. So this has been everywhere. RB3, tell me about what's going on with this.
Yeah, so apparently this Twitter user, and I had it bookmarked, but the tweet got deleted. This dude on Twitter said that he had got accidentally emailed the whole film, and which is, if you know, like the content creator / like critic / influencer thing, they do email screeners. That's not uncommon. But like, especially for a straight to streaming movie, sometimes they won't directly send a link or anything. You have to like ask for a link usually. But like,
I will say, like, a lot of hurdles to even access what it is. It's like authentication codes. I'm sending another code to your email, and then it's like this code, you're only now signed in, and like the moment you like log out for a second, you have to like re-sign back in. Like, it's pretty difficult typically to grab that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. I mean, if I had to guess, maybe they had like tried to schedule the email and then his just like slipped through or something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't exactly know. But
is this person a content creator?
He is a content creator. Again, I had a bookmark. I can't even remember what it was, but they are a content creator. They had a big following. The tweet of them sharing the scenes had like over 100,000 likes. So like a lot of,
such a way to never watch or be invited to anything ever again. Like, I bet it's so dirty.
There's a world that you don't even know about, Sabrina, that these Avatar guys, I'm telling you, because I follow a few of them on Twitter and on YouTube, they do not care. They will literally tell you the whole plot of this movie and tell you everything that's going on. I already know way too much from what I've seen just accidentally, but I've been trying to preserve what I've seen visually, but they will absolutely spoil. And a lot of it too is because there's been a lot of tension, at least from the same guys that I'm hearing about, between the creative team and Paramount, like a crap ton of tension about budget, about marketing, about making this a streaming movie when they said it's going to be a theatrical movie, and kind of flipping them off that way. They did him dirty with that. So there's been a weird, tensious relationship that the creative team of this movie has had with the Paramount and the higher ups. So this has been a whole thing where they were like, theatrical movie, it's going to be beautiful. And then they were like, nah, streaming, screw you guys. And fights happening behind the scenes, weird stuff. So
I'm thinking just again, I haven't read into this at all, but it doesn't come out until October. Obviously, this is way, way, way too early to be doing like any screenings, especially sending it. If anything, they would do an in-person one. A lot of the times in this stage, they're even like, again, because I worked in marketing, it's like even when you're working on the film and you're cutting social clips, trailers, like whatever, you're even having a hard time like getting the footage. I feel like they accidentally sent it to somebody via email that they meant to do it like internally for either, again, grabbing that asset to cut some trail, like anything like that, versus actually having it be like press related, which is also very, very crazy. Like that's absolutely insane to me right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if they're planning to release. Are they doing a CinemaCon trailer this week? Maybe that's part of what's happening.
Oh yeah,
here.
well that was one thing that the story said as well. Like the leaker in one of the tweets, he said if Paramount doesn't release a trailer within the next couple of days, I'll live stream the whole movie alongside some gameplay, like of some game he's playing. So yeah, and then so people thought like, oh, this could be AI, it could be whatever. Some people do really believe it's real because it looks very like on point with like the artwork style that like has been released so far, and B, I guess like I don't know. Some you know better than me, Andres. Some of these Avatar creators are like really plugged in.
I'm telling you, it's real. Yeah, it's 100% real because the other leaks that I've seen in the past, and this was like a year and a half ago, turned out to be real as well. So they're most likely real. Yeah, the images, even I saw like one or two images, and
it's kind of like how Scream leaks every single time. I don't know if you guys kind of noticed that pattern. We literally, like, before Scream 6, the entire clip of the ending, and that one, again, came from Paramount's internal team. It was somebody that was, like, working on, like, assisting with sound or something like that. And so I don't know what the hell's happening over there, but they really need to be careful with their assets. But I really do foresee it to be something like that. Like somebody has to clip stuff or like whatever, that it gets sent around to so many people and you just type in one name wrong if you're like working in marketing or PR, and then you're sending it to a random creator that you maybe had on like a different list. Or somebody sent a manager a list of people to send this asset to, and that creator's email like ended up randomly like in the list. So very unfortunate mistake, especially since it's not coming out for a very long time. Because that's the thing I will say about Scream. The entire of Scream 7, the entire plot synopsis in full detail came out pretty early before the film. I want to say at least like 5-6 months. But the thing about it is that they had like no clips. They didn't really have anything to back it up at that time. So people didn't fully believe it. It did fully end up being true. But then, of course, before it came out, that resurfaced along with clips as well. And so to be this far out and already have like the clips and everything, dang.
Yeah. So I gotta laugh. My boy Lee Chen said in the chat, he got the link to Pootie Tang too. Yeah, he got the link to Pootie Tangs in that too. No, that's yeah. And then Cade Hughesby said, no way you can watch the whole movie. I'm geek and definitely not downloading that. This is not something he would do. Yeah, I mean, hey, nobody gonna judge Cade if you watch the, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the famous Hollywood leaks, of course, Deadpool trailer or the test footage got leaked by Ryan Reynolds himself. A lot of times these leaks do come like internally, so maybe it is the creative.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's purposeful. I don't think it's anything, but like I think people just like not being super precious about the material and just kind of emailing things haphazardly. There's been a lot of times that I was working on a film and I got like a super low quality version just to pull time codes in order to make like social content or trailers or whatever like that. Like, and I was just like getting the time codes that somebody else, because I couldn't even have access to the film. Somebody else that had like the HQ access would pull just those short clips and then give it to a different person. And so there's a process in a lot of different studios. Processes are very, very different, but there's a huge process to this kind of stuff. I don't think someone purposely leaked it. I think it was just some miscommunication probably happened where this guy got this email. I don't think it was for being a screener because it's like way too early. Yeah, I think they just accidentally sent him something he wasn't supposed to have.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said before, it's also messy as I've been following kind of along with this because they announced this movie forever ago, and there's been so many setbacks, so many weird decisions, pauses, different changes to character designs, changes to the animation style is also what I heard, which is dramatic if you're doing that in an animated movie because you have to have that pretty locked in. A lot of weird stuff has been going on. Obviously, as I said before, the biggest one is the fact that they were going to make it theatrical and then change their mind on that too. I know the actual director of the movie called them out on that on social media, so they were pretty pissed about that. So I believe it's two directors, no, one director. Yeah, one of the directors called him out on that. So it's just been a mess, and I'm so curious to see what's going to happen with Paramount going forward because obviously RB3 or Sabrina, you guys sent me that. A lot of people are upset about this merger still and don't want this to go through when it comes to Paramount and WB. So I'm curious what they're going to do with the properties they do have, and this is one of them, and also what they're going to do moving forward. Because I don't know how much you guys know about Children of Blood and Bone.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really excited for it, but I'm also nervous because it's Paramount and they seem to be like just on a rampage against, I don't know, anyone and anything. So obviously our homegirl or your homegirl RB3, Gina's doing it.
Hey, Gina Prince Bythewood, yeah.
Gina Prince Bythewood is doing
the show.
Yeah, so and apparently it's a massive budget, massive scale, big movie.
That's awesome.
And I'm afraid that Paramount is gonna do maybe like a 30-second teaser and call it a night. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with this movie and with this studio, because who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty bleak overall, which is so crazy because obviously we're talking about how we're getting some of the best like original films, original television even. Like there's so many good things in so many ways, but at the same time, all of these studios are laying off thousands of people. I feel like we just keep getting those notifications like every few months, every few quarters. Like every studio is just constantly doing. I know Sony right now, Disney. And so this whole merger, I'm super, super happy that a lot of big names, Denis Villeneuve, I think who else? There was like Kristen Stewart, who is obviously doing a lot of really great stuff for independent film and has for a very long time. For anyone who doesn't know, she just bought like the Highland Park Theater, and she's gonna redo that and then open that up, and it's gonna show like independent cinema, which is great. But I need more independent cinema to see in theaters, just overall, and especially across the country. Like some of my favorite memories were going to some of the smaller theaters in Chicago, even like something as iconic as like Music Box or this other really tiny one that was in Wilmette, and seeing films like Palo Alto or other stuff that I wouldn't normally have like access to. It's just really unfortunate that films like Forbidden Fruits, all of this, I feel like they're just being like tossed out for 2 seconds. Bone Temple is probably the worst one, to be honest. That one was in theaters for like 2 weeks, maybe, and then completely gone, even in LA. So with these layoffs, this merger that just like messes with so many people's livelihoods, the potential to see certain stories, and then that doesn't even include the ramifications of like our media, like CNN, Fox, and like just the same, how those are all gonna just kind of be like rolled into one at this point. There is so much wrong with this, so I really hope this doesn't happen.
Yeah, fingers crossed they won't go through. But RB3, any final thoughts on this?
No, sorry, I was just pulling up this young graphic right here. I should have did this earlier in the conversation. Sorry, but yeah, no, like you said, Sabrina, yeah, 1,000+ Hollywood names oppose the Paramount and Warner Brothers deal in open letter. Quote, block the merger. This is from Variety. The quote specifically says, this transaction will further consolidate an already concentrated media landscape, reducing competition at a moment where industries and audiences we serve can least afford it. The result will result in fewer opportunities for creators, fewer jobs across production ecosystems, higher costs, and lesser choices for audiences in the United States and across the world. Alarmingly, this merger will reduce the number of major U.S. studios to just 4. Yeah, That's sick, you know. And yeah, like media consolidation, that's a real thing. Monopolies is really scary. And then they keep talking about, oh, we're gonna do 30 movies with the new studio combined, 30 movies a year. Like, we used to have a climate in a world where each studio would make 40 movies a year. Like, and now, like, you're telling me we're getting this kind of reduction in content output and content creation. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And especially, with, the lack of access that everybody's getting into the industry, it's going to be real tough to make that squeeze, and make that next step up. So,
It reminds me of what Cord Jefferson said, where it's like, instead of making like one $200 million movie, make like 10, like 20 million or whatever. We've seen so many interesting films work on a very small budget. Even something like The Drama, I think, was like 28 million. That's great. And there's so many other ones that are even less. I think I saw Kate in the chat talk about Chronology of Water, which was Kristen Stewart's, I think it was her directorial debut.
I think it was, yeah.
I did watch that one and I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed her sensibilities as a filmmaker, but I'd rather see so many like that, so many interesting stories. Again, this goes back to the Harry Potter of it all. Like, why spend this amount of money on just to see this story again? I want to see new things. And so I really, really hope this merger doesn't happen.
Yeah, there's so many layers to why this shouldn't happen. Obviously, we haven't even mentioned the Ellisons, the fact that it's dirty money, the fact that it's like 30-40% from who knows what side deals from the Middle East is happening here, which is also weird. Just very shady, weird shit. And the fact that people in the administration have commented on it, talking about how they're excited because they get to control what they say. Very odd shit that I really hope that doesn't happen, besides all the stuff you guys already mentioned, which is obviously the major stuff too, which is the jobs, creators, creativity, all going down the drain. So hopefully it doesn't go through. I think the worst part, though, is the fact that the WB board and higher ups want it to go through because they're going to get the big payout. So that's the issue, is that you're having to go against them and their wishes when they control, the entire thing, which is kind of a bummer because they just want their billions and to put it in a bag and run away and then not care about it anymore, which again is a bummer. So yeah, what a way to end the episode, guys.
I feel like Euphoria's trash, Sam Levinson's trash.
Yeah.
The industry's bleak.
Yeah.
But also, if Sam Levinson, if you're trying to hire a boy, let me know.
You just want to be in that house,
gonna be the one with the boom mic right in front of Sydney Sweeney as she's dressed up as a baby.
Oh yeah, hey, first
you're gonna be the boom mic in that house with that cowboy guy.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? With Black Samson and all them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even know what his name was. I'm just calling him that.
I don't know what his name was either. But yeah, either way, guys, make sure you guys keep following us here at First Cut. Follow us on social media if you haven't done so already. This also includes TikTok, if you guys are watching on TikTok. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
did we have anyone on TikTok?
Kay tapped in on TikTok, said Justice for Labyrinth, and then Kay tapped in on YouTube as well. Cinema Gorilla sent us a finger hearts and the little crown too, and the little chili pepper. Yo, thank you, Cinema Gorilla. Salute to you for sending those little emojis too. And this is also should be live to the members, hopefully, as well, on the vertical sense. So yeah, great stuff, y'all. It's been great.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow us right here on YouTube as well. Don't forget that. Yeah, go ahead.
Merch. We have merch. We got it. We have merch, y'all. And I'm gonna be hooking up y'all with merch too soon when everything's settled down. But merch, we got merch in the description. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have hats. We might be having beanies soon. We're probably gonna have a little First Cut, little movie notebook calendar you gotta keep up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things, I'm gonna keep it, I'm still trying to experiment with like different products. We could do mugs, we could really just get freaky with it. So it's coming up, y'all. But for right now, we got t-shirts, hats, and hoodies, and soon we'll be up with the other fun stuff too.
Yeah, and before I forget, guys, make sure to join us this Thursday for Sabak. We are back. Sabak the Block. We're going to be having a guest. It's going to be a lot of fun talking about Maul Shadow Lord. Sabrina, where can everyone find you?
You can follow me on Letterboxd, Sabrina Ramirez. Twitter and TikTok at Sabrina on Film, and then Instagram at Sabrina.onfilm.
RB3.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3 and TikTok as well. And Real Ones, a new episode of Real Ones is coming out hopefully tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow morning.
And you can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Squad Leader Ace. Make sure, as I said before, you guys join us this Thursday night for more Sabak the Block. But either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're going to be peacing out. So peace.
Funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Take you out the equation. It's either me